These are my daughters, by the way. I'm in Esme's room right now, and we are going to hang some pictures in this room. This has been the most neglected room. Didn't really decorate it. I didn't really make a whole theme. I didn't really set the nursery up before she was born. I just kind of got a crib in here, a dresser / change table, and called it. I was not well when I was pregnant, and honestly I don't feel like I've been well for the past while. I've just been mentally scattered, and the last thing that I have patience or energy for is to decorate her room. I also know that this is not going to be our lifelong home. I didn't want to invest in like the things I really wanted for the room. I just needed to be a functional, safe, comfortable space for Esme to come play, to sleep now. Don't get it twisted, we're still not sleeping. But I went to Winners. I found 2 of these command strip picture hanging strips that I'm going to use to hang the pictures because we are in a rental. And while I have hung up things with nails and we've used things drilled into the wall, like there's ones here I want to hide because this used to be an office. We're just trying to like limit the work we're going to have to do when we leave this place. So we're just using these command strips. They've worked really well with some other things we've hung in the house. The vibe here is eclectic, whimsical, fairy tale, not cheesy. Just things that remind me of her. So I got these 3 things, and I'm going to see if they're gonna go where I think I want them to go. I want to do like a gallery wall. These are the things I got. So this was on sale, not sure why. It was 20 bucks, and it's a cute little 3D butterfly. We just learned how to say butterfly in my language, so I'm happy to have that because she's gonna point at it and be excited and know what it is. I think that's really pretty. It adds some dimension to these next photos. This is really pretty, I thought. Very whimsical and vintagey. I really wanted to go find vintage prints and things like that, but I just don't have the time. I'll never get to it. And I just bit the bullet and I was like, those are cute, get them. You always look at things and you always pass on them. It's time to make moves in this room. They're just like this kind of faded flower print, and I like that they're ovally round instead of everything being square. This is the wall I want to figure out. There are 2 like screws in the wall there that I want to cover because I'm not gonna take them out or else there'll be holes in the wall. So this is her change table station. Sorry, I'm sitting down, I'm too lazy to get up. So we're gonna try and figure out if the gallery wall with what we have going on here is gonna be enough, or if I should put and ignore this pillow. This is survival mode. We literally sleep on the floor sometimes with her. Or I should put it in this like little nook, or if I should put it right here where the flowers are. Some of these photos. So we'll see. So cute, oh my god. Yeah, I don't know if I like how this is looking. Like I'm trying to figure out how it would be in the wall. I do like what's going on here. I like that they're a little bit off center and like kind of like that diagonal from each other. I think that would be cute. And then this picture, like it just kind of now looks a little bit too weird. You know what I mean? This is how it turned out. I will say the command strips were a pain in my butt, so I use nails, honestly, to support them even more because I'm just paranoid, and they were not holding. Maybe I'm just not patient, but you know, that's another issue. I find it so cute. It kind of reminds me of my grandma. She had like, I feel like a frame that looked like this, and I don't know, this picture reminds me of her. It definitely needs more something, like little knickknacks I want to add and actually make it like a gallery wall. I've just not been good with vlogging, and I really want to get into it because I enjoy it, but I get very overstimulated, and like pulling out a camera is the last thing I think about, or the last thing I want to do when I have time with my family or when I'm doing things. It's nap time right now, so she is in her room, in her floor bed. So lots of updates I have to tell you guys about sleep, and that's what this little check-in is about. It's been 2 months of us sleep training. I say it with quotations because we're not doing cry it out, we're not doing Ferber. We have just modified it to work for us, and we still have not gotten results. And by results, I mean we still have not slept. However, recently we have been getting longer stretches since we moved her from a toddler bed to a Montessori floor bed that allows her to have more room to move around, wiggle, get comfortable, and settle herself. We do still have to go in there from time to time. She wakes up, sometimes twice a night, sometimes several times a night, and we just tag team. One night Max does it, one night I do it, and if we need to, swap or switch off because we are not having any luck, then the other person goes in, and that usually helps. So in terms of updating you guys on my sleep, I feel like sleep is just a topic I'm so over discussing, but I am feeling better. I am sleeping better. We are feeling generally better about the fact that our baby is just not a robot. And I think sleep training caused me so much distress, so much anxiety, and so much anger and rage, because I was like, why isn't this working for us? This isn't fair. She's 17 months now, and this is our reality. She's just a low sleep needs baby, and that's okay. She has had longer stretches. She had one night where she slept from like 9 to 5, which is crazy for us. That is for us like a full night, because she goes down to bed around 8, and so she woke up at 9, so she had like a false start, and then she slept until 5 she woke up, and then we bring her into our bed, and we try and get like another 2 hours of sleep before we're all up and ready to go for the day. So I just put her on my boob, nurse her. She sometimes sleeps, she sometimes just doesn't, and parties on my boob. I will take it over waking up every hour to every 2 hours. So I just think that with age, with time, shit does get better. And I hated when people would tell me that, oh, it'll get better. It's like, shut up. I've been in the trenches. I've been so sleep deprived, so depressed, so angry. Hated motherhood for honestly the majority of this year and a half. And I will say I feel so much better. It has gotten better purely because of the way things just play out naturally. There is nothing more you need to do. There is nothing more you have to give. Because I'm getting a little bit of longer stretches at night, or because we're swapping nights, I am having the best time with Esme during the day. Like, I'm so much happier. This is what it's about. When you don't have sleep, of course you're going to be miserable. Of course you're going to have no patience. Of course you're going to hate motherhood. And I'm kind of happy to see that when I get more sleep, I'm a happier person, and that I'm not just a miserable mom. Like, for a while there was like, maybe I just like am not a good mom or whatever, I'm not fishing for, comments that I am a good mom, but I just internally was having the struggle. Like, maybe I'm just like a shit person, and I have way too much like anxiety to handle this part of my life. And like, anyways, even though I am 17 months postpartum, I am still breastfeeding, so that's definitely affecting my hormones and just my energy levels, because I'm still like making milk and depleting my own self to feed my baby. I'm still not sleeping great. So all of these things are obviously impacting my mental well-being and alongside my physical. So I just feel like I've aged so much over the past year and a half, and it's okay. It's just this chapter. I just keep telling myself like, it's just this chapter, and we'll feel better soon. We'll and I have to say I'm so thankful every single day for how much better it has gotten, because I really hated motherhood. Like, she is just more independent now. I love the toddler stage so far. A lot of people are like, oh, a toddler, you're running around. Like, that's what I need. I'd rather be up on my feet than be sitting on my ass. That's just always been me. And I think that being trapped and nap trapped and booby trapped and all these things, because I was nursing and she was cluster feeding and she was just always mommy, I couldn't put her down without her scream crying. Like, it was just a disaster. This chapter is so much better. She's still like is on my boob throughout the day. She still needs her mom, but I'm okay with that. I put her in the car. I have so much more confidence now taking her out with me and doing errands with me. We went to this like really fun cafe place where you can like bring your kid, and there's like a little play area, and you can have coffee, and I'm doing all kinds of things, and I'm finally branching out. I made like a new mom friend, which has been really hard for me where I live because it's not my stomping ground. I moved here a few years ago, and I just still have not really jived with a lot of people here. It's been so hard to make friends, especially in this chapter of my life. And like, I'm picky too, I'm not just gonna be friends with anyone. So yeah, I feel less alone now, maybe ish, that I have a friend perhaps. We're in the beginning stages. I feel like we're dating, it's so like
ooh, like you're still treading lightly and you're both feeling each other out, and she has kids, so it's like just so relatable. And that's just the reality of it too. I feel like when you become a mom, your friends that aren't moms just either drift away on their own or you drift away from them, purely because when you have a kid, you're on a different chapter of life, and relating to that is difficult. There are some people that are so good at, like, even if they don't have kids, to like come in and help and like, you know, be involved and find ways to make things work. They're like super aware of those things. But a lot of people, they're just, you know, still dating and figuring things out and going out and having fun, which is great. Like, sometimes I envy them, and I'm just like, girl, all my friends that don't have kids, I'm just like, girl, like, please tell me the gossip, the juice. I'm like living vicariously through you, like all this stuff. So if you're watching this and you don't have kids, like, live your life. Like, have the best time. Go out right now. Like, go out tonight for me. Like, please. But I feel like it's just so much better. I like Max and Esme are like best friends now, you know, like they didn't have such a strong bond at the beginning there because she just constantly wanted me. It's just as she grows, she's like talking more, she's formulating sentences right now, and all of the pain and struggle and tears that I had to go through made this beautiful, perfect girl. And so I have to give myself credit, you know? Anyways, enough blabbing. This was my little quick update. Off to Boston we go. We went for a few days, left the baby behind with the grandparents to spend time at the cottage. She had an amazing time, by the way. I was like holding on by a thread. It's so hard for me to be away from her, but I really tried to soak in every moment. We stayed near Providence, Little Italy. This was sort of the strip, the restaurant we ate at, and we walked by this like group of older men. They were watching Shrek in between commercials while watching like a FIFA game. It was so funny, but they were so cute, so fun. We connected with some of them. We'll definitely be back. For those that don't know, by the way, Max was a professional soccer player. He is retired now, but he played for the national team for Canada. So you're repping his jerseys because we had to rep a piece of home in America. Anyway, so we watched Norway versus France, and I was cheering for Norway. I'm not gonna lie. It was an experience. They played their B teams, I want to say, so it wasn't like really intense, but it was fun. It was a great experience. Obviously, I'm blessed and thankful that we got a chance to do this, to experience it, and just the ambiance and all of that was so amazing and so cool. So many people, as you can imagine, but it was great. Like, look at that stadium, filled to the brim. On the way back, we stopped at this really sweet cafe, and it was called Briggs Cafe, I believe. It's like a nursery at the front. Delicious and cute, so definitely go there if you're in the area. And then we spent some time with my mother and did some summer things, and yeah, that is where I'm going to leave you guys. I have so much more recorded, and I'm working on it right now, so it's not going to be that much of a wait, but thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys back here soon.